my background and how I came to know the Rivervale School District and particularly Woodside. I've spent the majority of my career working in an elementary setting, and over a decade of those years were spent teaching various grades at the elementary level. For the past 3 years, I designed and implemented the Pascack Valley Regional Curriculum Office, and this office works collaboratively with all of our neighboring towns in our region, as well as our high schools. The office supported professional learning, instructional coaching, and curriculum writing. And to be honest, I really enjoyed this job immensely. However, when I was in this job, I got to spend time not just studying how kids learn in my classroom, but I got to study how kids learn all over our region. And this is really exciting to me. I got to watch how kids learn from ages 3 to 18 years old. And it was during this time that I got to know Rivervale School District, and particularly Woodside. For 3 years, I trained and studied along with these teachers countless hours in my office. I got to observe them teach, and I got to work alongside them as they helped kids and pushed kids to think further and to learn more. And it was those interactions that I started to think to myself, you know, I've got a really great job right now, but if I could lead in this school with these teachers in Rivervale, we can do some really special things here. And that's what led me to ultimately apply for the job, and I am truly honored to be your new principal. However, just as your children are coming here to learn every day, we also want to continue our learning so we can continue to be excellent here at Woodside. We have several goals for this year, and one of our goals is to provide meaningful innovation for our students. We'll be learning from our national expert and author, consultant, Will Richardson, and we will also continue to study literacy and to study how kids learn to read and write best. Helping us with that is Chris Lehman, author and creator of Educate Collaborative. In addition, we're going to continue our work with the Pascack Valley Regional Curriculum Office with a particular focus in learning best practices for math, science, and physical education. But tonight, I want to talk to you all a little bit more than just our goals and my background of how I came to want to work and lead at Woodside School. I want to talk to you about my desire for all of our children here at Woodside. Last year, I was conducting research, and I was working with students in our town and in our neighboring towns as well. And part of this research, I had to ask 2 questions to our students. The first question was, what is the purpose of school? So if you can take a minute and think about what the purpose is of school. These students range from 5 to 18 years old, and they all basically gave me the responses that I expected. They said things like, get good grades, pass my test, get into better classes, land a good job. Then I asked them a second question, and this question was, what do you remember most about school? And not one of the students that I interviewed across our region spoke of tests, their grades, or how they scored proficient on a standardized test. Instead, They spoke about relationships. They talked about teachers that made a difference in their lives. They spoke about friends they shared experiences with, or teammates that they've worked collaboratively with. And so what was interesting to me was what kids remembered most didn't match with what they thought the purpose of school was. The things that they carried with them through the grades were not memories or things that can be found in a teacher's manual or a worksheet. They were skills needed to be successful in and out of school. And it's through our relationships with one another and our experiences and collaboration that allows us to solve problems and persevere through challenges. And so my desire for our children here at Woodside is to achieve more than just their academic goals. Of course, I want them to get into good classes and ultimately land that job that they want. But I also want them to learn the tools and skills they will need to navigate their life. So when I ask students at Woodside, what is the purpose of going to school? I want them to talk about how they are learning to persevere through challenges, work collaboratively to determine solutions, or forge relationships to problem solve. After all, this is how our world works. And so whether you are joining our Woodside family for the first time or spending your last year with us, know that this is a safe place, a place for your children to explore, experiment, try new experiences, forge new relationships, and see what their minds can do. Take advantage of this. I know I will.